CNN wants to mix things up, and they've got a few reforms in mind. They're going to change the way they're doing things. Jeff Zucker, the former president, is gone. You now have Chris, I'm going to say Licht, the new boss. Anyway, he's evaluating whether personalities in programming that grew polarizing during the Trump era can adapt to the network's new priority to be less partisan. If talent cannot adjust to a less partisan tone and strategy, they could be ousted. And apparently, Jim Acosta, Brian Stelter are considered examples for this. Now, I get that when you think of Jim Acosta, sure, he was combative during the Trump years. But Brian Stelter, that fire-breathing radical, that bulldog of the left, Brian Stelter, really? Why are they throwing him under the hypothetical bus? But anyway, they do want to be less partisan. They're pushing for more respectful interviews that don't seem like partisan PR stunts that just create noise. They want to focus more on nuance. And by the way, some of that sounds fine, but I have virtually no faith, JR, that this Chris Licht actually means it, or that in practice it would add nuance that sheds light rather than nuance which is even less likely to go toe-to-toe with the right to ask follow-up questions and all that. I feel like this is moving in the exact wrong direction, but what do you think?
Yeah, this is the thing, man. So these guys could be ousted if they're too partisan. Maybe they're too hard on politicians that are lying to them. Is there also going to be, I mean, because again, we're talking about a news network here. Is there going to be just as severe penalties for then, if you go the opposite direction, not following up with a politician that's obviously lying to you, not pointing out that the politician didn't answer your question? Lying directly about a situation. If they say, yeah, you know what, there was actually 5 children that were murdered in Uvalde, does the now CNN anchor that can no longer speak or actually identify when a lie is being told, do they have to go, oh, there's 19, but I just gotta keep it at 5 or else I might sound partisan. Partisan is not always just a left argument versus a right argument. Sometimes it's BS versus reality. And in matter of fact, not sometimes, lately, the majority of the time, that's what it is. So if you can't point out what the reality is because you're a news organization that's delivering the news to people who may not know what's going on, why are you still here? Isn't that the whole point? You're supposed to have a news media that actually comes at people. Fox News does it, but they do it with a slant to it. So a lot of times, even the things that they're pushing back on are not based in reality. It's weird how that works. But instead, other folks like CNN are afraid of actually delivering the news because now we're moving the needle further and further and further to the right.
And I get that they want to switch things up. They've got they're going to be less partisan or whatever. That'll be exciting. They're going to stop overusing breaking news that had been reported last week. They're going to not use it as much. They're not going to freak people out as much. And they're doing this because they're not doing well in terms of the ratings. Let's keep it real. They got 660,000 total viewers in prime time this past May, which is just a fraction of Fox. It's it's like 40% less than MSNBC even. So let's be fair about that. The issue is it's not like they're not getting the viewers because they're too partisan or whatever. Like their views went up when they were being partisan against Donald Trump. They were still low. The issue is that there are some reforms they can make, these sort of shallow ones about being more respectful or whatever, or not using the breaking news ticker, but they can't fundamentally challenge like the core of their business model, which is they are, at the end of the day, other than the wrapping paper, it's the same as Fox News. It is one of the shields that the status quo uses to stop reform from happening. CNN is designed to take some people who might consider themselves centrists or a little bit on the left or whatever and nullify them, to take away their power by making it impossible to conceive of a Democratic Party that's any better or more active than the current iteration of it. That's what it's there for. They're not going to suddenly start to care about the working class or have more representative guests or, really get to the heart of money and politics. They're not there to do that. They're there to stop that from being done. And as long as that is their mission, I don't think they can perform much better than they are.
What you guys think about progressive politicians, elected officials that maybe complain about Fox News pretty regularly, and they do. Then imagine the head of programming at Fox then told all the anchors, hey, Tucker, hey, Sean, hey, you guys might want to calm down with all of that partisan talk because we're afraid of what these lib politicians are complaining about us over it. Because let's keep it real, that's where this is coming from. Because that's why people like Donald Trump and all of these Trumpites have come after him. Why they complain so much about certain news organizations, to make sure that you're neutered, that you're quiet, that you're ashamed of actually saying the truth as they spew all of their negativity and falsehoods. And I guess if you just want to fall in line, you're going to fall in line. But you know what's going to happen? People that are watching are going to go, this is even worse. And then you'll move on even further from you. So
I'm fairly sure that's what's going to happen.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.